See, a bodybuilder looks at itself as a sculpture. So you try to sculpt your body through weight training and diet as perfect as possible, so as balanced as possible. So the requirement for bodybuilders are you got to have a balanced muscularity on you. You have to have definition and vascularity, and some sort of size depending on the category. There's different levels of bodybuilding. There's the amateur level like any other sport. There's the amateur level, there's the national level, and there's the IFBB pro level. So, to become a pro, you have to go through your levels, just like any other sport.
Which level are you on?
I'm a national competitor. So after that comes the pros. There's a lot of people. I mean, Arnold is the father of bodybuilding. He started it all. He was a huge influence on me when I was young, and still is today. His accomplishments, everything that he has acquired during his lifetime. As far as now, I can tell you a bunch of different names that I've been motivated by. And I've had the privilege to meet them, one-on-one. Ronnie Coleman, Flex Wheeler, Charles Glass, which is a guru inside the gym. There's certain people that yes, are high up in the bodybuilding. As a bodybuilder, you have two seasons. You have your off season and you have your pre-contest. Your off season is where you try to put on as much size as possible, as clean as possible. Not necessarily get obese and fat, you put on an extreme amount of weight, but a clean weight. So you train heavy, you eat a lot of food, and that's your off season. Your pre-contest should be, depending on how you look, 3 to 4 months before your contest prep. And then you start dieting, cutting down your calories, doing a little bit more cardio, changing your workout routine around, posing, doing certain things. So that's pretty much what we have to do as a pre-contest goal. I try to keep, there's different type of diets in the market. I don't think there's a wrong diet. I just think that you have to figure out for you what works for you. And for me, it works. Balance is the key for me to maintain the physique that I want. What I mean by balance is you got to have a balance of proteins, carbs, sugars, fibers, fats in your diet. You just have to know when to apply those nutrients at the right time of the day, depending on how active you are. We do cheat on the diet. Just like, we're normal people. We have normal cravings just like everybody else does. We do have a level of discipline. And we do understand that we have to eat about 6 to 7 times a day, depending on our goal. And whenever we feel like we need to or we could eat something out of the ordinary, then we do. With certain limitations here and there, but basically normal. I ate McDonald's yesterday. It depends on what level of training you are, whether you're off season or pre-contest. When you're pre-contest, you definitely don't cheat. You stick to the regimen. But off season, you can get away with a few things. But definitely the diet is 85% of the goal. Whether you want to cut down, if you want to lose weight, or you want to gain weight, it's 85%. But towards the end, we definitely do change the diet drastically. And definitely try to burn more calories than what we normally do. risk, and you are putting your body through strain just like any other sport would. There's accidents that can happen in the gym. You know, there's injuries that you can acquire throughout lifting. There's injuries that you could acquire through, you know, overtraining, over dieting. You know, you're putting your body through a toll. So yeah, there's a little bit of risk. It is true. It is true. I do believe most bodybuilders use it. It's not, I want to say, illegal to use it in bodybuilding. But yes, every bodybuilder pretty much uses it. It's good that you bring that up. There's a big taboo on steroids, and there's a misunderstanding. Steroids is just like any other medication that you take. If you overdo it, it's going to hurt you. So obviously you have to have a level of responsibility in what it is that you're doing. And you have to have a certain level of knowledge to use it. An amateur should not be using it. The person that's not instructed by a higher person to use it should not use it. You know, you have to know what you're doing. But definitely, yes, you know, it is used, and you know, I mean, everybody else is doing it. And it's not, we don't criticize each other for it. You know, it's not what makes us or breaks us. You know, steroids, what they are to us, it's a transporter of nutrients into the muscle. What you see in a bodybuilder is nutrients. It's a diet. We achieve it, you know, we achieve what we look based on what we eat. Steroids are just transporters of nutrients and amino acids to the muscle. If you don't eat properly, you're not going to achieve those goals. I don't care what steroids you take. And, you know, like everybody's heard in the news, they use it in every other sport too. You know, whether it's out there or not, you know, it's a question that we got to ask them. But as far as the bodybuilders, most of us do use it because it's just part of our routine. We're living in times right now that society has become aware of how important fitness is, you know, and the health part of it also. So, you know, in other times maybe, yeah, but now in times I don't feel judged. Yeah, sometimes you go out there and you're a little bigger than the normal person, and, you know, people do look at you kind of weird, and, you know, and you attract a lot of attention when you walk around and you're turned up. But as you see, you know, most of us stay covered up just to try to avoid that attention, because, you know, it's, some people look at you in the right way, some people don't. It's just the way it is. But it's normal. I mean, most bodybuilders are used to it. We always want more. Am I satisfied? Yes. Have I achieved what I wanted through the years? Yes, I have. Do I want a little more? Yeah, why not? You know, but like I said earlier, you know, I have a family, and there's a certain lifestyle that you have when you have a family. There's a certain lifestyle that you need to follow when you're a professional bodybuilder. You're almost a slave to what it is that you do. You got to eat every 2.5 hours. You got to train 2-3 times a day. I mean, you can't go out. You can't do certain things. You're limited to a lot of things that you're the normal person does, you know. And it's hard to live that life when you have a family and you enjoy your family. I think that if they have that passion for that sport, they should definitely go after it. It's not something that's unachievable. It's not something that is unrealistic. It could be achieved if you take the right steps, and you know what you're doing. And it's an amazing sport. I mean, the discipline that you acquire, the knowledge that you acquire through nutrition, diet, and your body and the gym, the way you feel when you're on stage is something that is indescribable. You have to do it yourself to be able to do it. To me, it's as natural as it is for a dancer to be a dancer. It's just a lifestyle.